Today, Venus moves into Libra, which is actually a really beautiful balancing influence. Now, it's interesting in this oracle card, they call Venus in Libra indecision. And that is a really big sign of Libra's metaphor, which is the sign of the scales. Anytime we have Libra influence, often there's a really hard time making a decision because Libra's influence causes us to weigh out all possible options. And the number 7 at the top here is representing Libra's position as the 7th house in astrology. It's all about one-on-one relationships. It's all about reciprocity. It's all about giving and receiving, and hopefully doing so from a place of honor, dignity, and respect. Now, it does appear that we have a shadow figure hiding back here. They look really sad. And then this is the constellation that we are looking at, the constellation of Libra. So, and then a little hourglass here with wings. You may feel as though time is your enemy. You may feel as though you're not ready to make a decision. And so if your heart space is in a place of indecision, go ahead and honor that today. Don't force yourself to achieve a level of certainty if it's just not something that you're feeling. And especially in the context of relationships, sometimes wanting certainty or somebody else asking us to be sure about something causes a lot of grief, because often when we are at some sort of a deep level, if we're hesitating, if we are reluctant to make a commitment, it's because there's fear. It's because there's doubts or confusion. Somebody I know married someone and they just seemed like the perfect couple. You can just tell by looking at them that they love each other with all their hearts. And I said, how did you know? How did you know that that was the person? And you know what they said to me? There was no doubt, not a shred of doubt in their minds. And so sometimes when we have indecision, especially in the heart space, it's an indication that even if logically we can't figure out why, our heart knows. Our heart knows it's not the right thing. So Venus is the main player today. Venus forms a very supportive angle to Pluto, the planet associated with shadow work, and Saturn, the planet associated with long-term goals and structure. So anything that's coming up for you today, sometimes uncertainty is the answer, right? Because that tells you that you have doubt. And that in itself is evidence that needs to be paid attention to. So this is a really beautiful influence when Venus is in Libra. Venus is actually the planetary ruler for Libra, so it is considered to be at home. And the helpful angles formed with Saturn and Pluto indicate that today is a beautiful day to really get clear on what it is that you need, what it is that you want. Now, 2 cards came out today. We have the 2 of Pentacles, which I do pull a lot for people when they are really trying to balance something, especially if it's a personal relationship or a whole bunch of duties and responsibilities. But in the 2 of Pentacles, we see somebody working so hard to keep this juggling act in balance that you see these waves in the background. You see how big they are. They're tossing these boats around. That represents emotional turbulence. So if the balancing act that you're trying to do is causing a whole bunch of emotional turbulence, that's a big red flag. That's a sign that things aren't ideal and maybe not in your highest good, because this becomes exhausting, right? And then the other card that I pulled for today also happens to be a number 2. And it's a major arcana card representing a greater karmic theme at play. The High Priestess encourages us to go deep within to find the answers, to trust your intuition, trust your gut. And if you don't feel certain about something, there's a reason. So I hope today you find the clarity of your heart. And I hope you are able to give yourself permission to trust your gut, even if you don't have logic or words to explain it. It's more important to honor those feelings and then figure out the logical reasons later. Trust your gut first. I hope you have an amazing day. I'm Erin. I'm QueenBeeTarot. Thank you so much for being here. And come back every day for your daily tarot and astrology. I'll see you next time.